I wanna know what you're thinking. There are some things you can't hide. I wanna know what you're feeling. Tell me what's on your mind.
Pure energy. Pure energy.
Good afternoon, Las Vegas, and everyone listening around the country. You have joined us today on KLAV 1230 AM, the talk of Las Vegas.
What up, people?
That is Mr. Z, and I am Miss Please.
This is the end of Black History Month, folks, and
So
don't
tired
be
of
oh
hearing about
God,
Black history
you gotta
and
stop it.
politics.
Yeah, I like Black History Month, but I got something that's going to crack you folks up. I am Mr. Z, and welcome to a beautiful Tuesday afternoon. It's going to be raining this weekend, folks, so if you're going to wash your hoopty, you better wash it now because Mother Nature's going to wash it for you if you don't. So it's going to be raining.
Car wash.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I heard a joke. The guy goes, what was the guy goes, why don't you ever wash your car? He goes, I'll let nature wash it. Matter of fact, it's a 60% chance it's going to get washed on Saturday.
That is funny. Well, I was looking through the paper today, and I was shocked. Do you know that they're going to renovate the jail, Clark County Detention
You know
System?
what? Here's the thing. Don't renovate it. Quit putting so many damn people in it.
Well, the building is built
Dilapidated?
1982.
I don't give a
And,
fart's right.
I understand that they had a water line problem that failed, and so they now have expedited moving inmates
I've been
out
there.
of there. Well, moving inmates
I ain't
out
gonna
of there.
lie. I'm a black man in America. I've been there, and they had to drop. They had to drop the charge a couple times. It's like, damn, we can't hold this brother, can we? He can't. This ain't gonna stick.
What's that song? Can't keep a brother
Dang,
down.
this ain't gonna stick. Dang, we gotta let him go. Some beats. Let's try it again. You wanna take it? Let's take him down. Damn, just get a mugshot of him though. Yeah, damn, your hair look crazy like Sideshow Bob. Your dreads all over your head, looking all crazy. They get you at the least moment they want to get you anyway. You sit on the bench sitting there for so long, and eventually they say, come here, please. And you're like, what the hell do you want, man? I'm trying to get some snooze. Trying to take your picture and your fingerprints. What the hell you mean take our picture? Didn't you get it on my driver's license? You want to take it again to get you there? Your hair's this way. You look like you ever seen the mugshots from these people when they get there? They need new camera equipment. The hell with a new jail because everybody get all in there. Look like, damn, that boy look like he is a thug. Yeah, he do look really, really bad. Look at it. Eyes all bloodshot. Yeah, he did it. Yeah, he's guilty. I'm like, brother, you caught him, brother. Wake it up. I'm trying to get here. You got all the holes and the prostitutes wandering around and the pimp daddies over there.
I love it.
It's a show. And all of a sudden now you want to rehabilitate the jails and you got the fools in there acting a fool. And then you get about 5 cops running real quick and beat his ass because he's acting up. It's like, yeah, they don't need to rebuild the jails. Here's the thing. Quit putting people in jail for stupid stuff. I'm serious.
Like you said the last show, rehabilitate them in the real world. Give them a chance to rehabilitate.
Not so much as that. Here's the thing. If you get a traffic ticket, don't put somebody in jail. Take their ride.
Well, you know what's stupid, and only because in California, you're right. In California, we're both from California. In California, you get tickets. They do that checkpoint.
Yeah.
They tell you, sir, ma'am, can you get out your car? They wheel your car up onto the little flatbed tow truck.
Take
and you
your
sit on
hoopty.
the curb. $900 to get your car out.
Yeah, and you got
That's
tickets.
minimum.
And let's get your tickets. So I guarantee you, if you riding out there and you looking for old Johnny, and you looking over your back every time, it's a joke between black people, though. You know, always say, man, you better slow your road, bro. I got warrants. I mean, in the back, yeah, why you didn't take 3 lefts? You lost, man. Let me drive.
And they do now. They ask for everybody's license in the car. My girlfriend got pulled over, and he said, I just sat there. I was like, I'm fine. I just hope they don't arrest you or take your car because we'll be sitting here.
I got a joke for you. You know why there's not that many black cars?
Hold
Go.
on.
I'm sorry,
and so they were going to take, he decided not to take her. And then he says, well, give me your license too. What? Yeah. Why do you need, I wasn't driving. I wasn't speeding.
But here's the thing. Listen to this.
I think that's wrong.
If they take that person, you're subject to have to drive. So now they have to make sure You're not.
Well, her insurance wasn't in my name. Her car wasn't in my name. So, and legally, you're actually insured to drive anyone's car.
No, but if you have warrants, that's why they want to make sure you don't just roll away.
Well, they should have talked about arresting her first before they decided.
What you got your hand up for over there for?
No,
this is a black topic.
This is Black History, folks, on Real Talk with Trevor Bond.
This is a constitutional subject. No, seriously, if they didn't say that they were going to arrest her and they didn't question you as to whether or not you would be moving the car or whether or not she needed to be towed, isn't it an unlawful search to ask you for your ID?
Nope. He said he had the right. Metro. Yep. This is, by the way, this is Metro.
Metro. They asked everybody. Everybody. I was on a private parking lot, and they gave me a hard time. Asked me what I was sitting there. I said, "Minding my own business." It pissed him off. It's like, dude, minding my own business.
They're the worst. At least Henderson will be like, "Hey, buddy, you've been driving too fast," or "Slow it down. You're in a rush to get somewhere." And typically, as long as you don't become a confrontational and say, "I wasn't speeding," they usually say you can go and have a good day. But Metro,
you know, my son said it's really sad. And one of my workers, he said something. It used to be a time when you see the police, you'd be okay. Now when you see the police, everyone's nervous. It just
they've been given too much power.
I don't care what city you are in. It's not common now that people see police and they're at ease a little bit. You know what I mean?
Wave to them. You know,
how you doing now? It's just like let me kind of avoid it. You know, it's like you don't want to see me. Let me just go on past that light. You know, what, my lady?
No, did you see that they're no longer responding to accidents unless there's an injury involved?
Well, you know what? I thought they weren't supposed to do that anyway.
Well, no, because it's too much time. Because there's too many. Slow down.
They're shorthanded.
Yes, they're shorthanded. I'm gonna tell a racial joke. Don't get mad.
I won't.
You won't get mad?
It's your words.
Why come there ain't no black race car drivers?
I don't know.
They all got warrants. I made that one up. I'm sorry. I just thought that was just funny as hell. Because it's like, bro, I ain't driving around a circle, man. The boy gonna be right behind me. I got warrants, bro. I'm taking too many lefts. She looking at, oh Lord.
The other thing I wanted to talk about is this the zoo, Rue and Moore. Remember they were here?
Yes.
The lady?
They didn't meet the news?
Yeah, they actually Zappos, the owner of Zappos, did a fundraiser for them, and they brought their animals on display downtown.
Well, that's nice.
And whatever money they raised, he matched them at $100,000. So
I'm sorry, how much?
$100,000.
Sweet.
So they made $155,000. It was like $30-something to get in.
Okay.
Which is more than usual.
Mm-hmm.
And then Zappos gave them $100,000.
Oh, sweet.
Isn't that awesome?
Hey, guess what though?
How?
Tax write-off. I'm bad
That's
today.
Right.
I'm
That's
bad
true.
today. I want to touch something. I want to have your opinion. Do you have something else for us, my dear?
I'm just reading because I'm just interested about
Listen to this on a Black History note, okay, folks? Here's something that was very disturbing to me.
I do have one more for you.
Okay. Can I finish?
Yeah.
I just do like you did me.
Every show.
I moved a lady yesterday.
Nice.
Okay, hold
Good
on.
client?
No. Indifferent. Okay, let me finish what I'm about to say. She threw me back. I'm a very joking person, as you well know.
Yeah.
Okay? So we go up to the home, and she starts jabbering to me, saying a little thing. And I'm just jokingly saying, girl, I don't want to hear all your life story. Let me just get this job done. And, when I'm going to get my dirt around. So I walked downstairs. I came back up, and she said, I'm not going to use these guys anymore. Blah, blah, blah. Hold on. And I asked her why. And she said, you didn't give me a chance to finish like that. And I said, we were joking. I talked to you beforehand, and my apologies to offense. So, I'm based off reviews. So basically, I went through, it kind of threw me aback a little bit. But here's the thing that really threw me even more back. When I got her downstairs, we talked again. And I'm very all about customer service. You know how you talk about. And I apologized to her again. I said, you know what, I'm visiting your world. And if I offended you, I truly apologize because my behavior is not to defend you. I'm a customer service oriented and stuff like that. And she went, I'm almost to be her dad, basically. And she went to reprimand me. And this is a black lady. This is what she told me. I don't like doing business with black people. Okay.
I've heard that before.
Okay. But here's the thing. She said, because this is Black History Month, and I figure that's why we talked about it last week, because we don't have a united aspect. Black people feel that they're kindred, and we shouldn't feel that way. And
in what aspect?
Who she says to me, black people this is her words, not mine.
Right, I got you.
Said that to me. He's like, she doesn't like when people say sister child or girlfriend and stuff like that. You need to address me such as this, that, and anything. And I've dealt with black clients before, and I think it's very out the way when black people feel that they're not kindred spirits, because the thing about other races and cultures, they're kindred.
Very much so.
When some black people get snooty, like this lady was, to the point where, quote unquote, she was better than.
Yeah.
Do you feel me what I'm saying?
Yeah,
no?
I got it.
And she went that way. Well, being Black History Month, I just wanted to say this, folks. Black, white, or anything, be proud of your race. Don't have to be disrespectful of other races, but be proud of who you are.
Was she black? You said
she
so,
was
right?
black. She had a white boyfriend, but he came. But he came to me. You already caught that, huh? He came to me and he goes, "Man, I got to deal with this crap all the time. I love her, but she's ridiculous."
You gotta check her.
No. Then she comes to me at the end. She goes, "I just have a rigid personality." The thing,
rigid.
Yes, what she
It's
said.
like rough sandpaper.
Yeah, this is what she told me. She has a rigid personality. But basically, I want to say is this, folks: black, white, or indifferent, whoever you are, everybody's all human.
Well, we are.
Okay.
We all
Ted
believe
Nugent
the
just got
same.
caught on CNN calling Barack Obama a mongrel. Which,
Oh, we talked about that, yeah.
No, this is just recently. I think you talked about it before, right?
Yeah.
And he was on CNN with Aaron Burnett, and basically he apologized. But Aaron Burnett took him to task and saying, you know what? Even Barack Obama called himself a mongrel. But everybody basically in the United States are mongrels. If you know what the definition of what a mongrel is, right?
For our listeners, let them know.
Okay, the mongrels are basically it's a multicultural person. Basically, everyone here is a multicultural person, mongrels. A lot of times the Italians are not, but the Italians were conquered by the Moors. So basically, we all in America are a big melting pot of anything. Most of the time, Hispanics are not so much as a mixed culture.
What did we used to call them back in the day? If someone was
we can't
mixed?
mutts.
Mutts and what was it?
What did you call us?
When someone was mixed, the red bones, or they were light skinned, but they were part
High yellow?
Hispanic or part Italian or part white, but they were black, and a few other things.
Well, we got
not
Creoles.
hybrid,
Creole. Well, that's Louisiana aspect.
But they call them something.
They
else.
call them something. I know it'll come to you momentarily,
I'm
but
sorry.
basically back to the Black history aspect. And this lady really threw me back, and I really want to say this to our listeners and the Black listeners as well. The thing about this is this: when it comes to any particular celebration or anything like that, like St. Patty's Day,
Mulatto.
Yeah, listen, Miss Emily over there. That's white and black, which is Barack Obama.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't think that, just to interject real fast, some people do get asphyxiated on thinking that they're in a higher place than other people.
But that's wrong.
Well, it is. But it's funny because since I've been here, a lot of people call me a little white girl.
Are you uppity woman?
No, I'm not.
Are you a snoot?
No, I'm not a snoot.
You high maintenance?
I'm from, heck no.
Do you show your ass when you're going and you want customer service? Certain way you snap your fingers like you better
but
get
if
over
I'm
here.
disrespected, I do check someone. I politely do it, but then if you want to combat, then I will.
Do you
go.
have the black woman syndrome that you feel that you're not getting treated right, so now you got to step out and pop the neck and all that other stuff?
You know what? I have to say I've not had that syndrome until I got here in Vegas.
Why?
Because what I have found is that everybody thinks because I'm the quiet, the timid person.
Oh, you shit. Yeah, shit. I can vouch for that, guys. One morning we researched, I got a 8-page text message. My phone went crazy. I'm laying in bed with a woman. And I'm hearing, what the hell is all this? She ain't hardly mellow. I didn't think my phone could even get that multiple texts. Yeah, she ain't go on, finish your story, because you do know that was the truth. I was like, what the hell is she all pissed off about? How dare you talk? Like, whoa, slow your roll, boo. Ain't that serious? We can talk about this. Okay.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
It was like, don't send me 6 text messages at one time.
I was like, God dang, you write me a whole letter, War and Peace, and coming through on the text, boy.
He was like, white flag.
It's like,
Did you
dang,
stop?
I'm sitting here, the phone going on crazy. I was like, I don't got what, and I can't read it fast enough because the other ones kept coming through. And I'll go back to you saying, since you got to Vegas. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Since I got to Vegas, it has just been test after test, and everyone has treated me like you're soft-spoken, you're giving. A lot of stuff I don't raise concern about until.
I give you that because here's the thing with me. I'm very low-key, 6'3", 200 some change in weight, okay, with dreads. I'm soft-spoken when I do things. I had another client today, spoke to me out of turn a little bit. But here's the thing. I'm customer service orientated, so I cannot go there. Does that make sense?
I can't either, but you know what? I politely can cuss you out and smile and say, have a good day. And that's how it's been, because I have found since I've been here in the last few months, people have showed their tailbone.
Been showing their ass?
Yes, they've been disrespectful, and I'm the type of person, whatever, it's no big deal.
Well, it comes to a point in time where you have to stand your ground, though.
Well, you get tired. I get tired of being thrown in the middle of people's trash.
Well, you put yourself in it. You already know.
No, I didn't, because I wasn't even aware until someone else said, hey, you know, someone else is pinning this on you. And I'm like, what?
Were your ears burning?
No, I was just like, we're not even friends. Why are you putting my name out there? If you're doing dirt, then you put your dirt out there. But don't make me your accomplice or your scapegoat, because I don't want to do it. And so
rumors. Is that, yeah.
I got this terrible text message and I blew up. I was like, don't you ever talk to me like that. You're not my mom. You're not my dad. And furthermore, boo, 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 boo. And my kids are sitting there and they're like, gosh, Mom, you need to calm down a little bit. And I was like, no, because I'm giving. I'm nice. People do stuff and they think I don't recognize, and I let it go.
That's why I was in the customer service business. And then when I used to lash out at people used to think, well, dang, he just went all crazy. Here's the thing that I found distinguishing.
It builds.
Well, here's the thing that I found between our cultures and the other cultures. Okay, being Black history, we're able to hold our tongue a lot. Okay?
We are. So we're Asians. Don't get it wrong.
Yeah. And that's a good point. But when it comes to us lashing out, we're the angry Black person.
Because you don't, and you know what?
Am I right?
Angry because you pissed me off. You took me there.
And normally we don't go there as Black Americans. We we don't, because we already know the stereotype that we are.
You're gonna say that I started this. I created a hostile situation.
And why are you acting that way? What the hell you think?
I'd be wrong if I hit
you. Know, so if I curse you out and then we go there, then all of a sudden you got to call security in the workplace because Mr. Z done got up out of his seat, and I had a woman. I was working for a telemarketing person once.
We all go get walked out.
And the lady told me I couldn't go to the bathroom because I was working at a telemarketing place.
Management has that bad.
And I looked at her. I said, "Have you lost your mind?" And, they let me go. Well, I said, you don't ever tell me I can't get them to go to the bathroom. I said, I'm a grown-ass man. If I want to go to the bathroom, and I don't care if it's somebody on the phone, I'm getting them going to the bathroom. I don't care. This ain't no sweatshop, and I ain't in South Korea or China, wherever, where I'm only making X amount of yen per, I'm going to get up and use the bathroom.
I think people, it's an old cliche or adage, but you know what? It's always those that make you mad, that ask you, why are you mad? You put me in that position. Had you talked to me... I just told someone today, don't talk to me in a condescending manner.
Well, you tell me that all the time. My brother told me I do that too as well. Don't talk to somebody like that. What do you mean? I was like, I don't get it.
Because you talk, not you, but
what I do is, I'm guilty. Sometimes I do speak down and I don't mean it because I'm trying to get clarity. And my brother said, don't ever start a sentence out saying, how did he put this?
Do you understand? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do you know?
Yeah. So he said, don't do that. But sometimes when I do speak and don't say that, you know what happens most of the time? What you mean? What the heck?
Well, but you know what? My friend does that. Mm-hmm. And today I was just like, I've had enough. I wish you the best. Peace be unto you. Because everything that you say, the sky is blue. Do you know what color blue is? Why are you asking that stupid question?
Well, my son lies so much. If he told me the sky was blue, I had to walk outside and ask 3 other people if the sky blue. My son's one of those. Folks, you're listening to Real Talk with Clever Minds. My name is Miss Please. Over here is Mr. Z. If you want to call in and interject today, please give us a call. What is it?
702-731-1230 or out of the state at 866-820-5528. Or you can hit us up on KLAV1230am.com. There is a section on there that you can send a message. I have a question for you. I know you talk a lot about politics. We talk a lot about finance and mortgages. Apparently, they're going to hike the property taxes up in Henderson.
Well, they need to.
It's been overdue for 23 years.
No, I take that back. No, they don't need to. Here's the thing. I'm sorry. I disagree. And let me interject. Why I don't agree. The housing market went up, flip-flopped so much.
Yeah.
It hasn't stabilized yet to the point where they're saying, okay, let's raise property taxes because some of these properties are not the value what they should be. Does that make sense? So now you want to raise the property tax on a particular home that might be worth $1 million. It's only going to be worth, say, $750,000.
But if you bought it at that time and that was the value, that's what you should pay. And
Heck no.
well, in California, my house property taxes was $7,000 and some change a year.
You know what funny thing? Funny you say California. I had a client I moved this morning. They got 2 big old pots. They moved in up in Anthem, right?
Nice.
They were up there. But the mom was retired, and she goes, she owns property in Hawaii. California taxed her for her property in Hawaii, and she says she can't do it anymore. She's paying 40% of her income coming in
because
taxes.
her primary residence was California.
That's crazy.
But it goes off your primary residence.
But that's how you gonna charge me on some property I got in another dang state? You know what I mean? It ain't got nothing to do with you.
California has rules. I know that my cousin's property tax for her house, our house was shy. I bought mine in 2000 and she bought hers in 2006 or something.
Right,
I think hers was $14,000 a year and mine was almost $8,000. And you know, we live by the water, but still, I think instead of taking away from our law enforcement and trying to get money by giving all these tickets out, raise the property taxes. You haven't had an increase since 23 years ago?
23 years? But Henderson really isn't that big. And I don't like some of the judicial system aspect in Henderson. I've had my own particular encounter with some of the Henderson police, and there's some racism that I've heard about in Henderson police as well, too. Just letting it be known.
But you have to understand, in Henderson, well, anywhere.
You think you can ghetto part of Henderson?
Yeah, there's some. Not as ghetto as North Las Vegas, or north side, going towards north. But it's old. It's really old.
Do you know what's gotten better? MLK. When's the last time we drove down?
That's what I heard. It's
getting kind of pretty nice over that aspect over there.
I'm glad the community is putting money back in. That's what I was going to say. In Henderson, do you know that your car insurance is the lowest when you live in Henderson?
I'm on the cusp. Me and you are kind of over there.
And it's cheap compared to.
Because everybody's afraid to drive around that damn place. So it's like, yo, man, we're going to Henderson. You know, like it's in California. You know, when I lived in L.A., we wouldn't really want to go through Culver City because Culver City was notorious for pulling.
Oh, yes.
Do you know what I mean? Because
it's
like, God dang, man, we got to go to Culver City. You do a bypass all the way around Culver City. What took you so long, man, bro? I got one. I want to go to Culver City. This client I had today said something to me again. It's really sad. And even this being Black History Month, and we're going to end it today because it's our last Tuesday. This guy was Hawaiian. His mom was Japanese. He said he was going to move to Arizona, but he said, "But hold on, this is sad.
They're struggling out there."
No, that wasn't the funny thing. He said, "I'm not going to move to Arizona." And also, they got a bill coming up right now because they don't want to wait on gays and services.
I heard that.
But he said he got pulled over 3 times in Arizona, and they asked him for his papers. 3 times.
They're very,
So can you imagine if you're a brother? How many times you probably getting pulled over? If you're a Hispanic getting pulled over in Arizona, you probably getting pulled over.
It's not as common for African Americans out there from what I've seen while I was out there. And my little brother's still there. He gets along way better than he does here in Vegas and in California.
Really?
That's why he chose.
Well, I got a ticket in Hallbrook, Arizona, and the little buttholes wouldn't take the ticket off my thing.
No, they want their money. And
no, they stay there forever.
Well, I like it because when you get your driver's license, they don't expire till you're like 85.
Yeah, but I got a ticket in Hallbrook, Arizona, and they asked me, "You want to come back to court?" Hell no, I ain't about to drive back there. I have to see. And then we're close to Arizona, so Nevada wouldn't renew my driver's license because I had a ticket in Arizona.
They're no joke, and it's funny because I got a ticket back there for registration, and they'll ask you to come. No, I got a ticket for speeding, and I went in. I forgot to pay it, and when you come in, they have police officers in the parking lot.
Where?
In Arizona.
Oh, really now?
So when you come in and they're like, nope, you have to pay your ticket today and that's it. And you're like, oh, I can't afford it. Can I make arrangements? Nope, you can't make arrangements. We need the money today. Can you pay it? Nope.
Clink,
and they
clink.
watch you. They have cameras. This is what one of the ladies told me when I was there. And I had to call back home and ask my parents to send me money because had I gotten my car to drive, I would have got arrested like a person in the car did.
What? So as soon as you,
stuff.
I would have just walked off the lot. I would have did the little stroll.
Yeah.
Lie a little long. I'm gonna come back. I know y'all asses gonna have to close up in about 8 hours. So I'll wait you. I ain't got nothing but time. Where you going? I'll just walk around, go to this roach coach and get a sandwich.
I cried. I was like, I'm going to go to jail if I get in my car. And she's like, yeah. And I was like, well, wait a second. In California, you get a letter that says, hey, here's your, you have a ticket. You can pay it one of 3 ways. Out there, they give you your ticket and your envelope at the same time.
Do you know in Texas, I learned this trick when I was a kid. Didn't realize it. If you get tickets in Texas. Okay,
put them on someone else's window.
No. This is the funniest thing. The jails aren't that really bad. They're kind of crowded, but they're really not that bad. And I learned it from a friend. He was a police officer. He goes, turn yourself in 10 minutes before midnight on a Friday.
Get out on Sunday.
Get off Sunday evening.
See, Arizona, Phoenix, this state.
And they will let you go. Vegas, you can't turn yourself in for tickets.
They'll arrest you, and then you go in front of the little monitor.
Yeah, and they want their money. You're not getting. You ain't no time served, bro. I've been in here 2 weeks. Well, sorry about that, sir. We want our money. Hold on. How about time served? Well, we don't consider time served, sir. You turn yourself in. We want our dinero. How much you go? 3,000. So back when I was young,
set up a payment arrangement, and then they'll arrest you again if you don't do it.
Back when I was in Houston, I used to ride a motorcycle, and you know how many tickets I used to get when I was riding a motorcycle. My God, I used to get all kind of tickets back then when I was younger. But when I was younger and didn't have the funds, when I used to drink back in the day, we get zooted up before we go to the court. On a Friday night, go sit in there and then get out on Sunday afternoon around 3:00. And if you had $3,000 worth of tickets, whatever the case may be, sometimes you get a ticket, be like, dang, how can a ticket be $450? Like, what the hell did I do? I murdered somebody?
I'm not paying this.
So they $3,000 worth of tickets would just be washed out the window in 2 days. Because you think about it, if you tried to pay that or did community service, how long would it take you to pay $3,000? And you can sit someplace and eat a bologna sandwich with some watered down Kool-Aid. That's why I need to rebuild the jail cell. Because you can tell somebody who never been to jail before. Food come around and they say, I ain't eating that crap.
I ain't eating that.
But if they did it for more than 12 hours, be like, damn, I got to eat it. I'm hungry. Then this Kool-Aid tastes nasty. They give you this little, and they feed you at 4:00 in the morning.
That's what I heard.
Who the hell want to eat at 4:00 in the damn morning? I'm still asleep, scratching my butt. I barely got to bed. I got a morning woody. I ain't thinking about eating no dang food.
They don't have hot water in the jails?
No, they don't have no hot water because probably somebody gets scalded. Think about it. If you did hot water, and play, the thing about it is though, our jail cells are a lot better than most countries, but they are deplorable. Robert Redford's about to do a documentary about prisons in the United States, being on death row. But my true opinion about jails, truthfully, we're in the 21st century, right?
Yeah.
Why are our jail cells really just deplorable in some aspects of the way? It really is.
The jail, I can only say the jails that I've seen, just because my mom went to work for the sheriff's department when I used to go on tours. The jails in the county that we lived at were not terrible. And they ate good food.
People want to go to the county instead of city.
Oh,
city jails are suck. County's better because that's what they say. County's better.
It was a county.
Yeah,
jail.
counties are better. But the thing about it is this though. It's a business.
The city right here.
Yeah,
that they're
I think
rebuilding?
it makes this. I think so. What does it say?
No, it says county jail.
County's better.
So that's this one over here on Casino.
Right, but here's the thing. I still think, and I've seen police officers do this a lot. You take people to jail for some of the stupidest things.
Yeah.
I'm serious. I've heard some stories about why they're...
the real crimes, heinous crimes, people are on the street.
Do you know someone just got away for running over a guy at a gas station here? It was on the news. It ran a white gentleman over. He's in the hospital right now. Road rage. They had California plates.
Really?
He was in a gas station, a Chevron, and he banged on the car, and the guy just ran him over, hit him, and now they're trying to find him, but the guy's probably in California by now. If he got California plates, they're never going to find him.
I know somebody that can fix it. You were going to talk about...
What's up, dear? Oh, there you go with the brain farts.
I don't know. I'm overwhelmed.
What are you overwhelmed about?
You were going to talk about something that you just saw. An accident? No. A law? Cars driving? Someone getting hit?
Folks, this is Real Talk with Clever Minds, and a real talk over here with the Clever Mind person just had a brain fart.
had said it. You said I want to talk about.
Was it Black History Month? No. Politics? Ted Nugent? What was it? You want to go to commercial and come back?
Yes,
and
can we do that?
And play our two little segments, and then we come back to that while you're thinking about that? Mm-hmm. Folks, you're listening to Real Talk with Clifford Mines. We see you on the other side of the break. I hope you're having a beautiful Tuesday afternoon.
Hello, this is Mr. Z with Real Talk with Clever Minds. Tuesdays from 6 to 7 p.m. with Miss Please. Do you need moving help or just some labor? Well, Superior Choice Moving and Labor is the company for you. With over 25 years experience, on call 24/7. This is a 5-star rated company. Free quotes at 702-900-7061. They do pods, offices, ABF trailers, and storage units. Please call Superior Choice Moving and Labor, 702-900-7061. And tune in on Tuesdays from 6 to 7 p.m. with Real Talk with Clever Minds. That's Superior Touch Moving and Labor at 702-900-7061.
Hi, I'm Miss Please, host of Real Talk with Clever Minds with Mr. Z. We're on the air live Tuesdays from 6 to 7 p.m. I want to talk to you about love, life, and happiness. I'm also a life and business coach, owner of the Team of You. If you're needing help with coping with betrayal, moving past or ending a toxic or stagnant relationship, defining your career goals, or marketing your brand or image, or maybe you need help with talking to your kids, here at the Team of You, it's all about you. Visit our website at theteamofyou.net, where winning is where it matters with you. It's all about you.
Running over the guy and someone... Forget it.
I want to. Well, can't sing Nine Inch Nails because that's kind of a dirty song. You know it is. What?
I don't know.
Hey, folks, we get back from the break. This is Real Talk with Clever Minds, and my lady over here, Miss Please, is having a brain fart. But, folks, here we go.
Anybody looking for a job, go to SLS.com. That's the new casino.
Okay. They're hiring?
A lot of hiring.
They're doing it online?
Yes. It opens supposedly next month.
Next month?
Yep.
You know what? That corner doesn't do well.
No, it's busy.
That corner's kind of funny because right across the street from that corner is an empty lot. Right across the street.
Yes,
you know
the freeway.
And you know, my opinion about casinos here, if you starting at the Mandalay Bay, you come all the way up, it starts to get nicer. Then you got a little stuff over there across the street, the little motels over there. Then you get to the Excalibur. Then you get to Excalibur and Lexor.
Right.
Then you get to the MGM New York. Then you go over there. That up there by Sahara, the whole Sahara Hotel. It seemed like it just died, didn't it? That corner
just drops off.
It just doesn't. It's like we over here. Let's head back, make a U-turn, and go back down.
Mr. Wynn's wife bought that casino. His ex-wife
bought what?
The SLS.
I thought there was a different people that bought that. Some private investors.
The last I heard, she was the one that had purchased that. His ex-wife.
You sure? Don't be putting that out there because she probably said, who said that?
Did you see they found bones in a construction site in North Las Vegas?
Well, are you surprised? It's Mobville. It's Johnny No-Nos.
And then a 40-year-old man was accused of impersonating an officer at Henderson Massage Parlor.
Getting a happy ending.
He was demanding sexual favors from the massage parlor worker.
No, we don't rub you. We don't rub
you. Wrong time. Sorry.
Really?
And then we just had the Taste of Soul this past weekend at
Where?
the Fremont Center. Downtown.
I've been having a crud cough and I've been kind of laying down. I don't know what it is. No, it's not sick. When you move in people's homes,
the dust
and the cats and all this stuff, and I don't like taking Benadryl. But I already know. Behave yourself. The thing that some of the clients that I move, they feel like, I'm so embarrassed. My house is so nasty. The thing about it now is that when I walk in homes, I don't care how deplorable they are anymore. I'm just in your world for a minute. You have to live in that filth. I don't. So
right.
You know what I mean? So if you don't apologize to me the way your house is, because you need to apologize to yourself, you don't like the way your house is. Because basically after I leave and you move to your new spot, your new house going to be just as dirty as the house she in right now. Just give it a couple of weeks.
Did you ever find us some women of the evening?
I did, but she disappeared.
Oh.
Her pimp put her on the down low.
Put her in timeout.
Yeah, put her in timeout. And I wanted to find out. I wanted to speak with him, but I wasn't able to. And I think, like you said, they're going to be kind of shy. They don't want to be in the studio.
And they don't have to reveal their identity.
Yeah, so I don't think if we do it, I think it'll have to be a calling aspect. You see what I'm saying? So,
well, that's fine because you put the little, that voice disguiser over the mic.
Yes, my name is Tyrone. Tyrone.
I went to go see a wonderful show this weekend.
There you go out again.
It's called the Mozak. They're on America's Got Talent.
That sounds like a pill. They on
but
the
it's
Mozak.
Music, but Mozak.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
And the guy they hold mics to their mouth and they play instruments like a bass guitar, the drums, and they're gorgeous. One of them was dancing on my girlfriend's mom's best friend. They're older. They're like in their 60s. Young Arabic guy, he was sexy. I had to move the table out the way.
Arabic kind of hairy man, ain't they?
I don't like hairy men, but God, dog, he was sexy and he was young. So I got a picture with him, but we had to fan her in the middle of the show because she was like, "Oh my God!"
She got flustered.
I don't blame her. Ooh.
Has anybody been watching The House of Cards, the new one on Netflix? I got to watch that. I only started the first 2 episodes, and then also Being Mary Jane. It's a BET thing.
That's a good one.
It is not bad. I listened to some of it today. I like shows that are all about business and thought. I don't like stupid shows. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Stupid shows to me,
basketball wise.
Yeah, it's just
you see all ugly women on there. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Nobody's.
You call somebody out, girl?
Them ladies, they all got a funny colored, like yellow bone skin tint, and they all got on that chalk pink lipstick, sitting there cussing folks out every other word.
This reality. Talk
That's
to.
Ghetto.
That's why
when
Meet the Kardashians comes on, I try to skip through that so damn quick. I don't even.
Kardashians.
Hey, nobody know Kardashian crap. Because you know what, the History Station. I'm gonna write them a letter. They're no longer the History Station anymore. I used to call it the Hitler Station because every time you turn on the history, well, no, because it used to be back in the day. Every time you turned to the History Station, it was something about Hitler, World War II.
Oh, that's true.
It used to be that all the time. Now the History Station, I kid you not, turn into it, folks. They've got fixing cars, pawn shop stars.
Is that what's on that channel
all about
now?
The History Network. It's no longer the History Network. You have to catch it probably at the butt crack of dawn.
What is history if you're fixing a car from 1970?
No, that ain't the History Network, though. The history to me is like when I sit down, here's where I get a lot of my knowledge. I fall asleep with the TV on a lot, and I don't sleep a lot. So in the middle of the night, I like listening to certain things. I only have the box in the den. I don't have the box in the bedroom.
I thought you cut the cable off.
I was going to, but I caught up on it, so it didn't go over. But I have the box in the den, so I don't sleep on the couch like I used to anymore. So I sleep in the bedroom. But I can't get the main History Station like I like. But I like knowledge in the middle of the night. What I have to stop doing, though, is listening to crazy stuff in the middle of the night while I'm sleeping.
Because your brain is thinking.
Do you know how many crazy ass dreams I had, girl, one night? I was like, oh my Lord, Zachary, Mrs. Z, what's going on?
I have been having that for the last 2 weeks. I've had to get up before I fell asleep, cut the TV off, or just turn the sound off and let the lights go.
Yeah.
But then I wake up and there's something scary, and I'm like, screw it, I just gotta turn the whole TV.
Because I had a crazy dream. I mean, some whole bunch. I mean, I was like, what the heck did this dream come from? You know how sometimes dreams are like reality? Yes. You wake, you got to shake your head, be like, okay, it's just a dream, Mrs. Z. It's all good. You got your 10 fingers and toes.
It's all still there.
It's all still there. Is the bed wet? Did you fall out? Did she stab you? Did she pour hot grits on you or something like that?
Wake up in the morning, baby, I'm sorry, I love you. Just before the day gets started, I want you to know, baby, I love you.
But I had to watch that as well too. But back to the Black History Month real quick, and I'm going to leave it alone shortly. Here, hush, politics. The Black History, folks, is this. What I really want people to understand about Black History Month. We do ourselves a disservice when we as a community don't engage in our cultural beliefs all year round. That's what I want to say about that. Because
said that last time.
But here, I want to put an emphasis on it.
Okay.
Do our children really know?
Do our parents even know? You have to pass that down. And we just got in a discussion about this at early yesterday afternoon. It's really disheartening that I come from California and my kid knows Black history because they teach it.
And I learned a lot. Yeah, I learned a lot.
You come here, they don't know it. And so a white teacher was arguing with my child.
Well, so let her argue.
And she's trying to talk lightly on Black history, and she was saying something about people from the history like Martin Luther King and Rosa Parks and all them, and she misstated a lot of information.
A lot of facts.
And so my child was like, well, that's not true. This is actually what they taught us in California. And she got in trouble. And it's like,
how did she get in trouble?
For speaking back to the teacher.
Why couldn't you go up there and act out?
You know I do when it comes to my kids.
Did you go up there?
Yes.
Did she get in trouble?
I had to go through the dean. They wouldn't let me see the teacher.
Of course not. But you know what? You can request a meeting with the dean and the teacher.
Oh, I have.
And
they always
did they grant?
tell me, Miss, please, that probably won't be necessary. We'll just talk to them. And by the way, and they always put up smoke signals. And then I got to check the dean. Listen, I'm here for a specific subject. Don't bring up other stuff, because if you want to go there, I've got a log of all the stuff that you guys haven't been doing that should have been done. And I don't mind going to the
Why do you think
district.
we're 50th in the states in education? Why do you think that, girlfriend? Come on, because
they're underpaid, they're union, they stop caring, and they don't know enough to teach enough. And I don't mean to insult anybody, because teachers that genuinely went into teaching because it was a passion. And once you get into teaching, it's disheartening.
Some people do it just for a paycheck, though, hon.
They do. But a lot of teachers that I've been talking to, they did it because it was a passion. And now they're disheartened because the school is like, nope, teach this. They just need to pass the test to graduate, and that's it. We're worried about our test scores. I don't care what they don't know, basically is what they've been saying. And I would love to have a school official here to talk about it.
Well, I think
debate it, but just
some of the school boards are going to be up for. Matter of fact, we need to see if we get some of the school board superintendents on the trustees on the show. Here's the thing, though, about teachers. I was talking to a client today, and I truly feel this. This is from my true of the hearts. We've got it ass backwards. Teachers should have a lot more pay. I'm just sorry they should. How is it that teachers who engage and we give our children to them more than 6 or 7 hours out of the day get paid some of the deplorable wages? Why would
a lot of them don't get paid a lot unless they have high degrees.
But still, though, why would you not pay a teacher a lot of money? If someone said, you know what, our teachers need at
you're
least,
saying they should be paid more.
Yeah, I'm saying if they said to me, my son's teacher or teachers, their minimum salary is $45 starting out, I would be like, yeah, I'm okay with that. I would basically, I would basically say I'm good with that, because if so, then they cap. Then they probably say, well, they're gonna cap out maybe at 60, 65.
Well, they go in and get their PhD. They write their dissertation.
Well, if they have just a regular for teaching degree, teaching like, if they capped out at 65, I'd be like, okay.
A lot of them are new and they're off for the summer. You're right; they are underpaid, and I think if they were paid better, you would see
65, 45. To start off for teaching, I think they should start off at 45.
Yeah.
45, but after taxes, they probably get it, 30, 35?
Well, and they also get all their student loans erased if they've been teaching in a certain areas for 4 years.
Really?
Yeah. If you've taught in North Las Vegas, they'll for 4 years, and you have a student outstanding
I think
loan,
I did hear something about that.
They'll wipe it clean for you.
Ooh, I'd be going.
But you have to be in the less fortunate areas. You can't go to Summerlin or this side of town and say, "I'd like you to wipe my." No.
Snoop Dogg's bringing his son here to Bishop Gorman.
Somebody else said that.
Yeah, that's one of my neighbor friends' son goes up there. Are they religious of any sort, Emily?
Is it a Christian or Catholic school?
It's a Catholic school.
That can go.
Why?
I'm not trying. People, please don't take it the wrong way. I'm about to say something. It's not Miss Please's thoughts. It's not the radio station for all. I have a problem with the Catholic Church.
I got a problem with everybody in the church.
No, I have a problem with the Catholic Church. I just do. They don't let women in a lot of different things.
Nope.
And certain other
Mormons.
certain other aspect from the priest kind of with the children kind of aspect.
But that's everywhere.
I got a problem with that.
Well, hold on, because I know a whole lot of Baptist preachers
they're out there doing the dirt.
Bishops and deans that have not only did the dirt, and that's what the topic is. They've actually been having intimacy with some of my friends that are gay. The guys, so nobody's clean. And you were saying in Arizona that the gays couldn't. They were going to.
Oh, you finally got your thought together.
I'm telling you, I'm getting old. Yeah, I think that's terrible.
But they said it's religious right that if they want to not serve somebody, but they left it up to the governor to veto this bill. One of the guys were on the news today. He goes, he feels sad because they voted it. And they wanted the governor to vote it down.
You're a person. The only thing about this entire process, I wanted to say this on the radio today. The only thing about this entire process that is unnerving to me is that I continually hear gay people say that they are treated like the blacks were in the slavery.
That is,
excuse my language, that is bullshit. And the reason I'm saying that is because when I'm sorry, I didn't say the F-bomb. And I'm not putting my finger at you. It makes me mad because when you look at slavery, they were chased down by dogs. They were tarred and feathered. They
Lynched.
were hosed down. They were lynched. Tell me when a gay person has gone through any of that.
Well, some of the stuff has happened in New York. They've been ridiculed really bad.
It's not everywhere, but when blacks were going through it, it was across the state, and across the board. Nation.
Okay.
You couldn't eat in any restaurant. You had to go to the back. You had to use the special water faucet. You had to use that. A gay person can go in and buy some Louis Vuitton shoes. A gay person can go up here to one of these fancy restaurants and be seated and fed. They can go take pictures. They can buy a house together. If they decide they want to pull over and get gas station at Terrible's or Chevron's, they can pay as long as they have money to pay for the gas. Black people didn't go through that. They had it 50 million times worse. And it just pisses me off that people would compare themselves to something that happened years ago.
I give you credence to that. No, I give you credence to that because basically someone said something that made a lot of sense to me. Jews and blacks are similar in some of the aspect of the ways as well, because some of the things that happened to them. But the Jewish thing happened maybe 56 years ago.
That was a concentration camps and they were all,
things
that
was
heinous.
Yes, very much so. But the black aspect of the Black America, say 400 or more years ago, was pretty heinous. And the sad thing about it, a lot of black people didn't realize this, and some do, some don't. Our own people sold us into slavery.
Yes, I know. That was the first slave. And I don't, to the listeners, I don't discredit homosexuals, their beliefs, their opinions. Yeah, of course, but I just think that if you're going to compare it, use a comparable,
a good reference aspect.
Yes. Okay. Do not compare apples to oranges, because if you haven't been there and you're Hispanic gay or white gay or Asian gay or Filipino gay, you have no sense of the concept. I just don't. And it's probably a bad opinion of mine. And by
you know what though, the funniest thing I've had to get open minded about some of the aspects of civil unions that are going on. I have my own personal views about it. I have a friend that's very Christian orientated, and he has his views about it as well too. And certain things I will not say it because I don't want to be inflamed and have a bunch of emails or things of that nature. It is what it is. I have my right to feel the way I want to feel. Like the Arizona law, they said they have a right for religion. If someone walked in that door and they felt that they were gay, they could refuse them service.
They can't.
Hold on, let me finish. Yeah,
right.
But here's the thing: they try to compare it to the black aspect.
Yes.
Which you can't do, because but also too though, I'm going to call some gay people out. I'm just going to call it is. If you're walking out flaming,
right?
Just flaming, and you just being flamboyant with it. That's your preference.
Yeah,
it is your preference,
and you shouldn't have hate crime done against you.
Yeah,
but
it's your preference.
Be restricted either.
But then you look at someone says, "Why are you looking at me? Look at me indifferent." To me personally, same. I would string a black person. I would say the same thing, dude. Why you got to act that way, bro? You can act a little bit more civilized, and
right.
with the pick in your head, and with your pants pulled down to the crack of your butt.
Same as calling someone ghetto or Eastie or urban or whatever. I just don't. I don't agree with what Phoenix is trying to do or Arizona is trying to do against the gays. I think it's wrong.
Well, of course,
when the Declaration
freedom,
and the Constitution said that everyone had equal rights, freedom of speech, freedom of choice, freedom of everything.
But why they're saying they don't want to let it go through, they said that small little part that they're trying to let go through, it can expand to a bigger concept of what
racism expanded across the country. Is there a law against it? Is it banned?
It could expand it even more so. But the thing about it is this though, on one side of the coin, you have a right of religious freedom.
You have a right of
okay. And if someone says they don't want that type of person based on religious aspect, and you tell them no, they can't have that, are you slighting the person for their religious aspects, or are you giving more credence to the person whose behavior is a certain way?
That's just like, I'm going to put this out there.
Is that true though?
I love this group, but it's just like what the people say you about religion. You don't like Jehovah's Witnesses knocking from door to door. They still do it. There's no law saying they can't do it. So, and I know that's apples to oranges, but still the point is, if you're gay and that's the lifestyle that you choose, so what? So be it. That's the lifestyle that you choose. Live it, love it, enjoy it, embrace
Do you think
it.
I don't really think it's a lifestyle. So I'm educating myself a little bit more, and something that I've really had to understand and looking at how people are born and certain sexual tendencies that people have.
Right.
I've really had to open my mind and understand some people. I have to correct myself and say it properly. It is what it is.
It's a preference. It's
you think
it's
a preference or lifestyle?
You're born that way.
Okay, yeah.
Whatever reason that you give it, it's still who you are if you're in that category. Just like if you're black, if you're white, if you're rich, if you're poor, if you're Catholic, if you're Protestant, whatever the case may be. If that's your choice, that's your choice. And I think it's idiotic for a city or a state to say, we're going to ban you from eating. Are you kidding me? They have money, and money is green. This country is about
I know,
green.
that's right. Give me some Benjamins.
Not black or white or homosexual or heterosexual. Sexual. This country is based on green.
This is Real Talk with Clever Minds, folks. If you want to chime in or anything today, give us a call at 702-731-1230 on the Progresso can. Call us at 866-820-5528. I had a brain fart. No, you didn't. No, I like you. Thought other people if they want to interject. The thing about it also too, though, they said. Remember, Arizona was the last state, and the NFL decided they didn't want to go there because they didn't want to celebrate MLK Day.
Yes.
And they are afraid right now because the NFL said they're watching them very closely on how this is going to get vetoed or not. And if they let this law go into effect, a lot of people are going to boycott Arizona. They don't want that anymore.
Arizona is a struggling state. There's jobs out there that are lucrative, but Arizona is struggling.
Do you know what's the best state in the union right now?
Texas.
No. Did you want to hear something? Happier
Ooh.
place to live? And it's cold as hell?
Where?
North Dakota.
Serious? Probably because nobody's
You
there.
see, it was you saw it too? How in the heck is North Dakota as cold as a witch's titty?
Maybe because nobody's there. I don't know.
You don't think?
I had a gentleman tell me the other day that I should move to Nebraska. He's like, we're developing. It's a beautiful place here. And I'm all Nebraska.
Well, that's like I wouldn't move to Florida because they probably, because I got an arrogant attitude. They probably blow me away and be like, yeah, he said something to me the wrong way, threw popcorn at me, so I'm going to pop a cap in his ass.
My girlfriend was just saying today, she's like, if you want to take your family somewhere, go to Brigham, Alabama, and go to the museum where they had the bombing of the little girls way back in the day.
Oh, okay, yes.
And I said,
at the church.
Yeah, she said they took pieces and set up this museum so that you could see the first bus. I mean, the bus Rosa Parks was on. And for me, the South has not always been a place of desire to
trust
visit.
me, I already know how. That's why I don't go that far down that way anywhere. That's why I moved over this way. But the thing that me and Miss Please, I'm not going to speak for me, though, is this. We're very open-minded about a lot of our views, and we're not trying to, or I'm not trying to.
I'm not either.
Trying to be against any particular race or any lifestyle.
Or cross judgment at all.
We are an open-minded show. That's why we call it, and Miss Please came with this, Real Talk. And we do it with such clever minds. And we want you folks to understand we're open-minded about every living thing. And folks, please understand one thing as well, too. And I know you're very bright people. This is entertainment.
Strictly, by no means are we professionals. Are we professing on a mic to be a professional doctor, or a politician, or a lawyer?
Well, back to the politician. Yeah, I am.
I want some See's candy. I didn't get candy. I did get candy, but I want See's candy.
I used to eat See's candy when I lived in L.A. It was Dad and 31 flavor Baskin Robbins. That was the
There
bomb.
is a new cookie place. Anybody that lives in the Henderson area, it's called Sweet Sensations. It's on Green Valley and...
You be finding more stuff, woman.
Yes, hold on. I got to tell you, it is right by the Food for Less.
Oh yeah, I know where that is. That's off of Green Valley Way in Windmill. Yeah.
Yes, they
got
just
1 minute to
opened
go?
up a cookie ice cream place. They use Thrifty's ice cream.
Oh, I
and
never loved
for
Thrifties.
$3.50,
That and Save On.
Yes, for $3.50 you pick the cookies that you want, and they make a cookie sandwich for you.
Oh, okay.
Oh my gosh.
Well, folks, we've had a beautiful day today. We didn't have any guests, but you know what? Sometimes it's nice to just sit here and talk about real talk with clever minds such as ourselves. When we do it in a very nice way.
It's called Sweet Addiction.
Sweet Addiction? Oh, okay. I got another word for that.
And that's all, folks. Thank you very much for joining us on Real Talk with Clever Minds. We'll see you next week.
And why so serious?
See you soon.
Love you, America. Peace.
Yeah.